know who's racing what.
But we have an idea, though.
But we have an idea.
So do you want to know what I've heard of who's each coast?
So, yeah, go ahead. Let's
So
start with
what
that.
I've heard was West, and this has been jockeying back and forth with some injuries and stuff. I've heard West, if you want to just talk about the names, because obviously we bench raced this about in our group text. What I've heard is West, if you just want to talk about the key players, whether some of you want to say aren't going to do shit, whatever. I've heard Smitty, Nate, Thrasher.
Okay.
And then Dax.
Okay.
Voland and Levi.
Okay.
RJ, Joe. West. East, Fortner, Hammaker, McAdoo.
Mm-hmm.
Deegan, Styles, and Romano. Vial. And then obviously you have, like, if you want to throw the Husky guys in there, but they're not going to win races, Guillaume Perez and Casey Cochran.
Okay, so let's create some clickbait shit right now. So let's talk.
Deegan.
Hold on, have you guys heard the same thing, or like
roughly
Kind of what I've seen. Yeah.
Okay.
roughly.
All right, cool.
So let's create some clickbait here, and
Okay.
let's talk about how Deegan is running away from Joe.
I don't.
Oh,
believe
that is not where I thought you were going to go, to be honest with you.
You don't think that?
No, I don't not think that. I just honestly thought you were going to go a different route and go Hagen is going to walk everyone.
think-
I didn't know you. I didn't think you were going to go. He's walking away from Joe.
I think he's running away from Joe.
All
Because
right, okay,
what was the
go ahead.
bullshit that you said you heard, that he's not racing West because his mechanics hurt or something?
I didn't hear that.
Brett Duffy.
Somebody
Yeah.
told me that.
So I
Somebody
mean,
told
Duffy
you
is
that,
hurt.
but I don't believe that's
He's
a thing
hurt
at all.
So somebody said that he wasn't racing. He wasn't going to race West because Duff's hurt.
All right, so I'm not.
When was the last fucking
No.
time somebody didn't race a fucking coast
No, I
because
don't
somebody
buy that
was
at all.
hurt?
So I'm not going to lean into the Joe thing, but if you want to like create clickbait, I do find it weird though that he is going east, because we all talked about this. Haiden Deegan at A1. Haiden Deegan at A1. Bring the California kid back home. Bring
Yeah.
him back home. Bring him back home. Okay, so the original thing we had heard at Chicagoland was it was going to be him, Dax, and then Enzo Lopes. Well, Enzo was going to be in there, and then Styles, because
Yeah.
obviously Styles is a Cali kid. Dax and Haiden
Yep.
get along, and Enzo's new to the team, whatever.
Yeah.
Which I still hear Enzo is going west.
Okay.
And we're like, well, they're not going to put Smitty and Haiden on the same coast because they don't like each other. And they wanted, and Thrasher is obviously their other side that has the potential to win a championship. So they're going to take him and Haiden, put them on different coasts. They don't not like each other. They whatever. Well, then Styles comes out. Styles hurt, whether it's a wrist. What'd you hear? A shoulder?
Collarbone.
Okay, whatever. He's hurt. Same old Styles. Okay. Throw Nate on East, and then you have Haiden and Nate. It's not really great, but I mean, Smitty could pull one out of his ass. Probably not, but to win a title on East, whatever. Well, then it's like, well, why would you throw both Smitty and Nate on West now and move Haiden East to Romano and Gavin Towers and like, I'm not buying into what you're saying.
Towers going pro this year in Supercross?
He's doing futures, and if he does well, it's kind of like a Haiden Deegan thing last year. He could. Probably not, because he crashes. But I never thought of that until you just said that, and now I'm not agreeing that he's running away from Joe, but now I think about it, why would he go east? What would be the point of him going east when Styles getting hurt? Okay, we move him and Nate over, but why would we move Haiden to east when that was never...
The only other conclusion I can come to with this, okay, and this is me being more level-headed, is that they are smart enough that they're trying to do the same thing that Jet did, which is they think that I think we all can collectively agree. Hayden's a favorite for the title this year, right?
He would have been a favorite on both coasts, for sure.
No matter which coast it is, he's a favorite.
He's not the favorite, he's a favorite.
A favorite. Yes,
Okay,
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Not the favorite, a favorite, right? So originally we were all talking west. That was what everybody was talking about, because we all were, he's a California kid, whatever, take him back. But what if they're trying to play this out the same way that Jet did it? So he goes to East, he wins that first title. Now we all know, as you and I were talking about the other day, he has plenty of following, fanfare, everything around him. So no matter what, it's going to be huge. But on the East, there's not that A1 huge.
Yeah.
Okay? So you let him go in and win his first Supercross title on the East, where it's a little more low-key at let's face it, the first East round this year is February 5th in Detroit. So there isn't even a fan fest there. So okay, so he's not going to get a whole bunch of play like that. So he does that. Then next year, now you've got him prepped, not only, even though he doesn't really need it, because we all know he's very good with handling the pressure, the fan base, all that shit. But now you've got him prepped as, okay, he knows how to handle the title in a pro situation, and he's got a title, and he knows how to handle all the fanfare and everything that's happening. So then next year when you do put him on West to defend a title, or not even defend, but to go after that second title, now you can go same way we did already. He won an East title, he won a West title, he's won an outdoor title, because I just don't see him not doing that over the next couple of years. And then you're moving him into 450s, fully prepped and ready. He's ran all 17 rounds, both coasts, whatever. I mean, that's just what I see here. That's my logical sense to it. Now, the illogical clickbait I want to put out there is that he's fucking running away from Joe, because they're smart enough too to go, well, Joe is a fucking threat on that Honda.
I don't think so. I think that dude cracks under pressure. But anyway,
I still don't know where that comes from.
what?
Travis has said the same thing, that you think Joe cracks under pressure, and I don't know where that
I
comes
mean,
from.
anytime there's been pressure on him to perform, he hasn't done very well.
When has there been pressure?
It will be fully proven this year if that's the case. If he comes out on West Coast on that Honda and does absolutely fucking nothing, it's him.
But I'm here to tell you, even though I have Joe as one of the favorites and everything should go right, if it is come out true that it does look like it's going to be Kitchen, Thrasher, Smitty, RJ, and Joe to me doesn't, like, he's got to be the guy. He's probably going to be the pick. But I don't look at him and go, yeah, man, he's faster than all those dudes.
No,
I still pick
Thrasher runs with him.
I still pick Kitchen when he's on. Kitchen's got to figure out his mental side. But I don't look at him and go, yeah, man, that's going to be a cakewalk just because Hayden's not on the same coast as him anymore.
So I'm going to disagree a little bit with the Kitchen thing here. But
let me go back to Haiden.
go back to Deegan. Yeah, let's finish the Deegan
Let's
thing
finish some
first.
Deegan action.
And then I want to talk about Kitchen.
I almost think it's like splitting hairs, getting to the point where they're really splitting hairs just for that little bit of an edge. So the Gypsy Pod with Brian and Haiden and everything was very good.
Yep.
I suggest everybody listen to it. It made me a bigger fan of those guys.
Yeah.
I think it all comes down to just the little gain of Haiden, and I mentioned this in the group text, living in Florida, being on the East Coast series, there's no recovery time with time zone differences. Travel on the airplane and in the airports is a little smaller from going from East to West Coast. Those little things, getting his body healthy and recovered and all that, are going to add in. And I think that plays a factor in his decision.
That could be too.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So.
Let me ask you this. Do you think as long as they win an East Coast title this year, or however it plays out, at some point they're going to win an East Coast title, then the second year they go West?
Yes.
They do the same thing?
I think they do that just to do. I think it's a goal of a 250 rider to come in and do both coasts.
I think the days of old of defending a number one plate on your coast doesn't matter to these kids anymore.
So let me
They
ask
wanna
you
win
this
both.
too. Are they doing the private fly-in thing for West Coast then?
It maybe depends on what kind of money comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the type that are not
That would
only
do
do they
that.
have the money, but they
Yeah.
would do that for the sheer advantage
no,
of
I
being
agree.
able to.
And
Yeah.
I think Brian is smart enough to go in and negotiate a deal with a company or something and be like, hey, we represent your company, but instead of paying us, you pay our private flights all year.
Next
Yeah.
Jets, Wheels Up, something
yeah.
like that.
No,
yeah.
I see that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All
So, okay. All right. Let's go back to the Kitchen thing here for a second. I think Kitchen will be much better this year.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily feel we kind of talked a lot about Kitchen being a head case or whatever. But if you go back and look at it, it's not so much head case as it is start dependent.
Yeah.
If he started up front, he ran up front. If he didn't, he didn't.
Yeah.
So now you've got these pro circuit bikes that we watch once they fixed them all summer in the last few rounds of Supercross. They can get starts. They all yank starts. I mean, let's face it. It was a sea of green at the front of those races. So as long as that stays status quo with those Cowies that he's on now, and he gets starts, I think he's much more relevant.
Well, I also think it has everything to do with the fact of he's coming from Star. They wanted to grind out motos. And people got to remember, Levi didn't even really realize he could do this till about 18, 19.
Yeah.
He didn't have that ingrained in his brain to just pound out
not
motos.
that guy.
He wants to do his motos that he has to.
Yep.
Do his off the bike stuff.
Yep.
Test, and then have fun.
Yep.
So I really think he was getting weighed down a lot when he'd go to the races mentally and physically of
He did not perform
pounding
well.
out motos. But that's why I believe that
That's why this programming ends good with Sexton.
Yeah, dude, he
because
was
those
golfing-
guys want
he
to
was-
go have fun and go surf. And
he
do
was
all that
golfing
shit.
in the vlog with Chase.
Yeah.
His most recent vlog. So that's why I fully believe that if those are the guys that are going to be on the West, that everybody's going to pick Joe, and for good reason. Dude, Thrasher, Kitchen, they're going to give him hell because I still believe both Nate and Levi, outright speed on a Supercross track, they walk away from Joe on a true Supercross track.
I think there's one other guy, if you can figure out his mental,
Are you gonna
that
say
we are
RJ?
completely forgetting
Are you
about.
going to say RJ?
No, and he started having a decent run toward the end of the season.
But RJ's going to be RJ.
Ryder D.
He's supposed to be on West.
That's an interesting. I don't know what to expect there, to be really honest with you. I think
Well, I forgot Pierce Brown's going to be East then.
he has a big old chip on his shoulder about how the whole Kawasaki thing ended. A big old chip. And if he harnesses that correctly, that could be dangerous.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, dangerous.
I don't think
He'll be feeling real dangerous.
Yeah, I think Ryder D is my breakout guy
In the 250 class?
in 250 West at least.
Could be,
so.
man. It could be. So obviously Styles
So
is
that's where I'm
hurt.
at with that.
So let me ask you this: if Styles doesn't make all the East Coast rounds,
He's
is
done.
he
He's
done?
out. He's
Yeah,
out.
I think he goes back to Firepower Honda or something.
No, I think he's done.
I was gonna say, is he done
done.
riding? Period.
Yeah.
Because
I think
he
he's done.
he
He's
talked.
done.
There was
He's
that
over getting
video.
hurt.
I was gonna say there was that video in the Husky days that he was like, "Dude, I thought my career was gonna be
And
over."
he's over getting hurt.
Yeah.
He's over it, which is a shame because that kid has so much talent. And when he's been healthy, dude, he's gotten
pretty
podiums,
good,
he's gotten
yeah.
top fives. And then if you want to also
Is your boy Thrasher gonna keep it off the ground this year?
tell you, man, if he can, he should win the title.
Because
I don't think anybody's faster than him outright in Supercross.
We should have a whole show dedicated to Star Yamaha because we could sit here and debate on like what's Nick Romano's ceiling and what's he gonna do.
Pretty high.
Fuck all. I don't know.
Good. I
Who
think
the
he's
fuck
good.
knows? He's been hurt.
Right? Like
In the outdoor races he raced, he wasn't like super good.
He was top
he
five.
was getting starts and running
He
out
was top
front.
five, top 10, man. As a rookie, that's good. He gave Jetta he could handle a
okay.
Unadilla.
It was okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see.
The star dynamic, if they have 4 and 4, is going to be very interesting. And like I said, if you're looking at Thrasher, Smitty, Dax, and Enzo being your West Coast guys, man, that is a
Does the Star- does the Star
Thrasher,
bike-
and Smitty good podium every weekend.
Does the Star bike make Enzo any better, or is he still just a top 5 dude?
I think his
think the
starts
program makes him better.
Yeah, and I think the starts will be the difference because Enzo didn't really lack speed. He wasn't going to be Jet,
Yeah.
but he didn't lack speed. It's just his starts were a fucking roller coaster.
Is he doing outdoors? Do we know if his
I don't think
deal is
so.
for outdoors
I don't
too?
think
He's
so.
Supercross only.
I think it's Supercross.
That's so
only.
weird because he burned that bridge at Club. Well, the whole Club
he
thing.
definitely
there,
burnt the bridge at Club.
well, but that was so weird because Club put out a fucking thing that said that he was riding for him,
Did
and
you-
he
Well,
hadn't signed the fucking deal yet.
Did you watch the Club video? Brandon explains his side.
no, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
Enzo didn't even reach out as a man. He had somebody else like reach out through text
Yeah.
message. and-
Well, it looks
I-
like Club 2 for theirs, what I seen last is that West is going to be Marchbanks, Phil, and then East will be J Mart, Jet Reynolds, and Cody Shock.
Jet Reynolds.
Does Jet Reynolds do anything?
Absolutely not. I've watched videos of him, and he has been worse than Jarrett Fry.
Absolutely not.
He has been
Listen.
worse than fucking Jarrett Fry.
Listen,
That's unbelievable.
He's gonna go real fast. He's gonna hit that triple, and then he's gonna go to the inside. He's gonna tuck the front. and
I don't
he's
want to blow him out.
Don't. No, we won't. We're
Nope,
not going to talk.
we're not
going
gonna
to
talk about it.
No.
Nope.
No. That team though is going to be. I mean, dude, Marchbanks is another guy that if I don't fucking know. I don't know about Club.
We'll see.
Club is like a great career revitalizing retirement home.
All right. So then I guess just.
I mean, to me, I like Club because
I do too.
I think it's just a team, like you said, that's good for like if you're struggling, end a career, that kind of stuff, where they can get guys like that like don't need a ton of money but still want to ride, you know. So I like that. Let's see here. Who else do we got? Does Volan do anything different?
He looks like his program's a lot better. I think that bike's gonna be better. I think that he makes all the mains, but I think he's still gonna do Volan things. He'll be really, really good outdoors. Supercross, he'll show flashes of how good he is on a bike.
Yeah.
My question was going to be that if we go off everything we just said, and that's what we think the coasts are going to line up like, you don't have to give me a title pick. You don't have to do that. Just give me 2 guys that you think will be who you think out of those coasts will be up front most of the year. First West, then East, and don't go into it. You don't have to go into spiel. Just say 2 names.
West, God, it's hard.
If those are going to be the guys,
It's hard to put just 2 names in there, but I would go. If I had to go all the way to the end of the season, I think it's Thrasher, Kitchen, and Joe.
Okay, you. And don't go, I don't know. Just pick somebody. You can go just off recency.
Dude, I think Joe's going to be up front all year. Then you go to East Coast. I mean, God.
No, 2 on the West, 2 on the East.
2 on the West, 2 on the East.
I
So
went
Joe?
three. I went three.
So,
fine.
so Joe and Thrasher on the West for sure. I mean, Thrasher, as much shit as I talk on him, he has proven that he can run up front if
should
he
actually-
fucking keeps it off the
yeah.
damn ground.
Yeah,
But he
for
doesn't
sure.
fucking do that, so
No, you're
whatever.
right. You're right.
And then when you move over to East, I
Which
mean,
I think is harder.
obviously Deegan's going to be up front.
Yeah.
Like that's the easy button there.
Because you're talking about 3 Cowie dudes that have speed but crash a lot, and Vial just sucks in the whoops.
I'll go with Vial too. Yeah, I think I'll go with Vial there too because I think he's going to be good. He sucks in the whoops, but he'll still run up front. He'll figure it out enough. He'll pull like a Marv. He'll figure out how to do it well enough to keep himself relevant.
I'll go Deegan, Vial, East, West Coast. I agree. Joe and Thrasher. East, who you got?
East.
Hayden. Yeah, obviously.
I got Deegs. I've got Fortner.
Do you think Fortner's gonna be able to put it together for the whole season?
I think so. I'm hoping.
How much do you think Mitch is gonna pull his hair out, knowing that he's going into the East with fucking Seth Hamaker, Austin Fortner, Cameron McAdoo, knowing that at any moment, any moment, all 3 of those dudes easily could win a main event.
I forgot
or
about Seth too.
Or
yeah.
win.
Yeah, and Hammaker just comes out and wins.
Yeah, or like at any moment, beat Hayden Deegan, or at any moment get 10th.
Or at any moment, they all 3 could get hurt in the same fucking race. Yeah,
How
it's
shitty
unreal.
is that going to be for him?
It's unreal.
Team Green, baby.
Team Green all the way. Love it.
Shoot, I just had something. Now I'm blanking out here.
Who else is over on that coast?
Guillaume Perez, Cochran.
Oh, that's right. Perez is on. That's what I was going to ask. Was Husky?
Yeah,
I'm
Guillaume
not
Perez
really
and
looking
Cochran.
for much out of the Husky team.
Guillaume Perez and Cochran. I think Cochran will struggle. I think Perez will just be a top 10 guy his first year.
I saw Cochran in Florida.
Did you?
Yeah, down on International Drive. We went
nice.
to where did we go that night? Oh, Yard House for dinner.
Oh, Hymus. Hymus is East.
Yeah,
Hymus, I think, will surprise some people.
I think Hymus is going to be a top 5 dude as all though.
Oh, yeah,
I
100%.
don't see him getting I don't know that I see him winning races. I see him being on the podium and floating around that top 5 all year and just finishing.
I see him being podium guy.
Honda. I don't think Honda has any pressure on him. To be honest with you.
And Pierce Brown's the other gas guy. Fast, crashes a lot.
Yep. Pierce Brown down in the brown.
Down in the brown. And that's kind of your...
Listen, there's 2 guys that you're completely forgetting about because they haven't decided to announce the team yet.
Oh, you mean Jalik Swoll and Evan Ferry?
And what about, is Michael Moseman alive? Does anybody know?
Dude, he's
been-
alive. So
he's been
Isaac. Oh, by the way, Isaac says what's up.
He's been negotiating. Triumph. He was
Another
supposed to be
guy
up.
that can win.
But
He's done.
So I'd heard that he was going to ride Triumph
Yeah.
because Isaac ran into him at church or something.
Was he helping a homeless guy?
No.
Oh. Fuck.
And he said, "Yeah, I wasn't done." But that's super. Yeah, when is Triumph going to announce this team? Because we're 3 weeks away from the
Jalik
frickin'
Swoll
start.
put out like a thing on Instagram or some shit.
that he was
So,
riding
yeah.
for them for West.
No, he put out this little media thing that had to do with Triumph. I don't know. I didn't look at it. I just know
Listen,
that.
I don't really know, but Triumph's marketing department obviously doesn't know their market because there's a lot of pissed off motocross and supercross fans right now that don't know what the hell is going on.
Dude,
Look, the only thing I
uh,
look out of Triumph is Joey Savatgy outdoors. Outside of that, I don't give a damn.
You guys got any thoughts on the whole Supercross debacle with him racing for Triumph?
Let him race.
Yeah, I think it's fucking stupid. Let
Thank
him
you.
race, and
Okay.
also
Let him race.
let Shane McElrath go back to the 250s.
Yeah,
if he
can
wants
you
to.
imagine
dude.
the story you could build with that?
I
you
did
kidding me?
I did a whole video on the Savatgy thing. I don't know if you guys. I filmed it on vacation.
Even after you hate him?
Yeah, I said it was fucking bullshit. Like
No,
dude,
he was coming. He was coming around a little bit on Joey last year.
I like Joey. I think Joey's going to be in the mix.
He's coming out of
outdoors.
his shell. But
Dude, outdoors he's gonna be good.
can you imagine the story they could run with? Like, it'd be like a Zach Osborne story rebuilding his career.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I watched the videos of the European team with Harrop and McClellan of them riding at a fucking whopped out sand track, like just beating the shit out of that bike. It holds.
So
I was thinking that bike was going to be sketchy.
yeah,
No, it's fine.
going back to the Savatgy thing a little bit. So he's definitely not riding Supercross because for some reason the powers that be at the teams don't want him to do it, and there's definitely some legal talk behind the scenes about it, like some legitimate legal talk from
Let the
the
man
people
ride
I've
the,
heard.
Let the man ride the 250 class. Who
It's the
gives a
fucking
shit?
it's the
What are
fucking
we talking
dumbest
about?
thing
Like
ever.
lawyers and stuff getting
Let
involved?
him let him ride it. He's not. It's not like he's gonna win a title. He's gonna be in the mix. He'd win races. He's not gonna win the title. Let him fucking ride. Who
Yeah,
cares?
I mean they
Jesus.
should. It's
Let
Do you
the
really-
older
do you-
guys go back. Like,
Do
where
you?
are these?
It's like, do these guys really fucking think Joe and fucking Thrasher and Haiden Deegan and Levi Kitchen give a shit if Shane McElrath or Joey race against them? No, they don't care.
No.
Let them race. Like I said, the only thing I'm looking for from Triumph, Joey Outdoors is going to be damn good.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Triumph.
all right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Nah, I'm looking forward to Supercross, man. It's been a long
I'm
off
excited,
season.
man.
Me too.
We get like
I'm
this
getting
all the
bored.
time.
Yeah, I'm getting bored now.
Most stack field ever.
Stop it.
Oh my god. Yes.
Stop it.
Yes, it is. But still. Okay. All right. So this has been your